we have two ways that we can start to look at the doshas. The first one is with their actual role, yeah? How they are in the body, as these personalities, if you like. Yeah? So the first thing we have is Vata. What does Vata do in the body? If it's made up of space and air, the most important thing that it's going to do is it's going to move. Yeah? Vata is the only dosha which is considered to have the capacity for movement. Yeah? Therefore, it is called the Mahadosha, the great dosha. Yeah? Because without it, the other two doshas are considered what they call lame. Yeah? The other two doshas can't get around very easily without this air, the presence of air in the form of vayu or wind. Yeah? Vata. These are all interchangeable terms. Vayu is the same as Vata, which is the same as wind. Yeah? So this is what moves things in the body. It also has the role of coordination. And communication. The main role of Pitta, if it has the presence of fire and water. So you can see that might be a bit of a tricky one to get a handle on. The way I like to think of fire and water is fire is a little bit like Agni that we talked about yesterday. Yeah? It has that capacity to cook things, to transform things, to change the form. Yeah? So with fire, there's obviously Pitta is going to have this capacity for this sharpness to it, yeah? This capacity for digesting. But at the same time, there's water there. So it's almost like this fire is contained in a vessel of water. So when we look at, for example, things like the stomach acids, yeah? When we look at things like bile that's produced by the liver and secreted by the gallbladder, these are Pitta substances. Yeah? They have the qualities of Pitta. Even though they are liquid, like water, they have this sharp quality that is, and a penetrating quality that is capable of affecting digestion. So the main role of Pitta is digestion. Now, you might think, well, how is that any different to Agni? Yeah. Agni just cooks things. Yeah, that's what it does, it cooks. So imagine Agni being like the flame on the stove. Yeah? Pitta has intelligence. It's like the hand that turns that flame up or down. Yeah? Cool? So digestion and metabolism, we'll say. And then we have Kapha. Or Kapha. Kapha being made up of water and earth, it's obviously going to be heavy. Yeah? It's going to have solidity to it, as well as a certain liquid component, depending on what form it's in. So with Kapha we have things, what's it going to do, do you reckon? If we've already got things that are sort of flowy and liquidy and cooky, and airy and spacey and mobile without a whole lot of form, yeah, air and space don't have any form to speak of. Yeah, we can't see it.
Ground structure.
Totally. So Kapha is all about the structure, maintaining structure. Form. Protection. And also, because of its watery aspect, we're talking lubrication. So most of the tissues, for example, yeah, most of the tissues of the body, bar a couple, are related very closely to Kapha dosha. yeah, because they are predominant in earth and water elements. When we look at Vata, Vata is very closely related to the bones. Pitta is very closely related to the blood. Yeah. But apart from that, the other 5 dhatus, the other 5 tissues, are very closely related to Kapha dosha. So Kapha is also present there in saliva. Yeah. In the, it's predominant in the synovial fluid in the joints. Yeah. Lubrication. Also in the lining of the digestive tract, all those mucous membranes that keep everything nice and soft and clean and protected. Yeah.
Is it also related to the waste products?
Different wastes, different doshas. Yeah. So Vata is related to stool.
Yeah.
Pitta is related to sweat. Kapha is related to urine. Yeah, it was right. It was a 50-50. All right. So Kapha is also there in the nervous system in the form of the myelin sheath. Yeah, protecting nerve cells. So we have these different sites, if you like. Although Vata, Pitta and Kapha are active and operate together, they always operate in this beautiful, intimate fashion. Yeah? It's a little bit like a cooking pot analogy or the analogy of digestion. Obviously we have the digestive fire, yeah, Agni, which is doing the cooking. But we have all 3 doshas involved in this process as well. In digestion we have the mucous membranes which are doing the protecting. It's kind of like the cooking pot. Yeah? It's like having the vessel. So we have Kapha present. We also have a certain liquidy aspect to digestion where we're chewing food and saliva gets involved. Yeah? So Kapha's there in that aspect. We also have Vata. We have movement. We're chewing. Yeah? There's peristalsis happening. There's a nice churning in the stomach going on. There's this presence of air, of movement. Yeah? So Vata is definitely involved. We also have communication happening in digestion. Communication and coordination. What's happening at what time? How does the stomach know when to release the food? Yeah? When to open that pyloric sphincter and release the food into the small intestine. Nervous system activity, Vata, coordination. Yeah? How does it know when to secrete bile? How does it know when to say, hey, it's time to squirt out those juices from the pancreas? Yeah? Via the little sphincter of Oddi into the duodenum so that they can all do their job. All of that, there's movement involved. Yeah? So it's all Vata. Yeah? Also, we have Pitta. We have stomach acids. We have pancreatic enzymes. We have bile from the gallbladder. Yeah? All in the right amounts. It can't be too much, it can't be too little. So we have Pitta involved. Vata, Pitta and Kapha working in this beautiful, intimate, harmonised fashion in the simplest thing of digestion. Yeah? Not that simple, but you know.